Okay, hear me out. K-pop groups who have poorly received debuts remove all expectations over them as a group to that group's benefit in the end. Really, I would say groups who absolutely bomb their debuts in the eyes of the public can only go up from there. The next release after that can't possibly be, quote, worse than their debut, right? Characteristic of, I would say, both NMIXX and Baby Monster's debuts, I think there's kind of a universal understanding, even among fans, that both of those groups were capable of and deserved so much more than the songs that they were given. I think most people walked away disappointed for the members of the group more than anything, especially with NMIXX and Baby Monster knowing how talented those members are. And it's in this way that I think groups with underwhelming or poorly received debuts will win in the end, by, quote, sabotaging the reception of their debut, especially in a big company where there's of course going to be crazy high expectations. They're allowed to start from ground zero and can only benefit from working their way up. NMIXX have really evolved organically since OO, where songs like Dash are almost universally praised, and now that mix pop is incorporated more thoughtfully than it was for OO. Dash showcases the musical concept of the group as well as the talent of the individual members much more effectively than their debut. NMIXX are now on the rise, and despite the animosity towards their debut, they've pretty much been able to escape the unnecessary targeting that comes with immediate success and praise. As we've seen with almost every group in the fourth generation, an insanely successful debut year puts a huge target on the group. Suddenly, they're under immense amounts of scrutiny for the smallest of things. Having all eyes on a group for an extended period of time can do a lot of damage, especially when that group is still growing and developing their performance skills. It's in this way that I also believe, quote, bad or underwhelming comebacks are in some ways strategically planned out to give the group more longevity and stagger some of the impossible expectations put upon them. aespa, for example, took quite a dive with the general K-pop fanbase after Girls. They went on hiatus for almost a year after that and are now back and stronger than ever. I think they needed a song like Girls, which is not a bad song, but is a sound that most girl group fans don't tend to enjoy. I think whether it was intentional or not, the poor reception of Girls allowed aespa to get that target off their backs after an insane year like 2021 for them. Another example of this is IVE and their last album. IVE found a formula that worked insanely well for them as a group, and then proceeded to release 3 singles that took their sound and image into a completely new direction with the IVE Mine album. It broke the formula of success for them, allowed them to try new things, and now reduces the high expectations placed on them for future comebacks, now that they've shown themselves to be a group who isn't always going to follow a formula just because it works. LE SSERAFIM just recently as well. Easy is not a song that would traditionally work for a girl group in the K-pop market. Similar to IVE, they could have easily stuck with the sound of their first 3 albums and found a lot of dynamic and success there, but now we're off to a completely different place. These groups aren't releasing objectively bad music, but it's music that seems to intentionally take a stab at the core fanbase to reduce their expectations. I think it's a risk people are willing to take. You know, establish a group with a signature sound, secure a loyal fanbase in the process, and then at some point completely drop the floor underneath the fanbase so those expectations don't overwhelm them. All in all, there seems to be a lot of long-term benefits to releasing a project that the original fanbase will most likely not resonate with. Always following a formula that works may guarantee short-term success, but the burnout towards the end will be a lot to handle, as we've seen with some of the more immediately successful groups of the past. This is what I think. Just a short list of notes I have after thinking about the groups I listen to in K-pop today. Baby Monster in specific, I've been listening to Batter Up a lot recently, like more than I think that I should be listening to a singular song, and I feel like there's a noticeable psychological marketing aspect that went into this debut that I think will seriously benefit them in the end. Yeah. This is what I think. Thank you for watching this. If you did, let me know what you think. If you see this in a different way or have any other ideas about this, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you next time.